Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new episode of Fate Apocrypha, which is on episode 11. Now, this episode right here was action oriented. We already know that. Those guys who watched the episode will understand what the heck is going on. So, if anything else, let's go. We have to it that Aka Red of Archer managed to get Ruler to be distracted by Spartacus, which apparently he takes the form of a giant blob-like thing because that's his noble phantasm in other cases. While Lancer of Black goes up against Lancer of Red and almost corners him, but he managed to get out of there right in the nick of time. But as for Saber of Red going up against Saber of Black, which is obviously Sig, we have to it that Sig is actually keeping up with Mordred or Saber or Red, which is really, really impressive. Even Mordred's really annoyed about this, but apparently we have to it that she had to retreat right away after being occupied with Spartacus, Berserker, Red, if anything. We have to it that Jeanne d'Arc was actually surprised to see Sig on the battlefield along with Rider of Black, and apparently we have to it that Spartacus is about to launch a powerful attack, but thanks to Jeanne d'Arc's noble phantasm or her power whatsoever, she manages to block that attack from causing any much more damage and harm, and it was actually pretty impressive, even though she struggled a bit. As for the others, we have to it that Lancer of Black is still going up against Lancer Red and almost corners him once more. But apparently, we have to it that he had to retreat. And because of that, it's because the Red Faction's fortress is absorbing what you would call it the Greater Grail, apparently, in Igdraminia or something. We have to it that aside from major consequences and all the servants are gathering because they're going to that one location, we have to it that John's about to go there too and tell Sig that she's about to give him a sermon, which I decided to look up on because I didn't know what that meant. But I'm thinking in my mind, you think he's going to listen to that seriously in any other senses? But John on the other hand, just went after she told Sig that she's going to give him a sermon whatsoever. And we have to it that the rest of the faction of Black gets ready to clash against the servants of Red, and apparently we have to it that Lancer of Black is actually having a disadvantage as his power is not really working well inside the fortress they're in, which is to be expected because you're in the enemy's territory, and usually an enemy's territory leaves an opponent at a disadvantage in a certain sense. Of course, Lancer of Black did have the advantage when he was on his own territory, obviously, but that's not happening now because they're in the fortress right now, and there's no way in hell that he's able to use his power to its fullest extent. Even Darnik realizes this as if the fight continues on. And of course, he remembers his conversation with Lancer of Black, and this guy here, Lancer of Black, wants to get rid of history that is really disgusting. He even told Darnik not to force him to use that noble phantasm, etc. Even if I'm defeated in a pathetic way, I will not use that noble phantasm. Force me with the command spell, and you know what will happen to you. Okay? He goes he understands that, but he has no other choice, as Darnik says. He wants to protect the future of Igdraminia whatsoever, and he must reach the swell of root, which is one of the main objectives of Darnik's mission, and he needs the Greater Grail of all means, and he's going to use the freaking command spell for the trump card. So I just go well, enjoy what's gonna happen to you next, yada yada yada, and of course it goes to the credits, of course. So like I said, it was a action-oriented episode, continuing off where it left off in last week's episode. And of course, involving the Greater Grail, etc., seems to be very, very important, since Darnik's really willing to use a command spell to have Darnik use his full-on power, noble phantasm, if that's the case. So I just go well, whatever happens next, mates, you just gotta be prepared what's to come later. So if anything else, I'll see you guys in my next video. So I'm Alpha Zero, people. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, peace out, bye bye. Choo choo choo.